The Cincinnati Bengals are constantly in every single one of their games. And I think it's been kind of a tremendous turnaround for the Bengals. Now, I know that there's a lot of things that go into turnarounds. There's a lot of things that go into franchises being able to just turn around. But I think the biggest reason that they've been doing so well is Zach Taylor, I think, has a better handle on what Joe Burrow can do. Now, Joe Burrow, by the way, he looks fantastic and has throughout a large portion of the season. Currently has completed roughly 69% of his passes for over 3,400 yards, including 25 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. Now, it's not like he has been doing it himself. Quite honestly, I feel like Jamar Chase should probably be the offensive rookie of the year, and I don't even think that's a stretch. Like, is it? I don't think it is, because he has been playing out of his mind ever since he stepped on the field. Against my Vikings, might I add, and that's not easy for me to say, but he is absolutely, just coming out and playing. But the thing that really, to me, that makes the Bengals so dangerous. Now, I know things have not exactly been going their way, but I do think that they're more than fine. They are absolutely more than fine. I believe that despite the fact that they are down, well, they've lost 2 straight and behind the Ravens and the Browns in their respective divisions, I feel like there's really not a lot of reason to panic right now, because you're coming off a season that was a little rough last year, and I feel like to see this team make as many leaps and bounds as it has, and in such a short amount of time is nothing short of fantastic, really, if we're being honest, because you have a prolific quarterback in Joe Burrow. You have a running back in Joe Mixon he's the heart and soul of that team. He really is. Like, over 1,000 rushing yards this year, catches the ball well out of the backfield, and it's just different when he runs the football. And then you got Jamar Chase, who we mentioned earlier, is, in my mind, the offensive rookie of the year, potentially rookie of the year if you ask me. Has over 1,000 yards receiving this year on 60 catches, including 10 touchdowns, on a longest of an 82, and in close second, T. Higgins is the second leading receiver on the team and has been playing very well as well. And Tyler Boyd, there's just so many weapons on this team. It's almost unfair. Tyler Boyd, 55 catches, 611 yards, and 2 touchdowns. CJ Uzamoa, I never say his name right, I'm sorry. 37 catches, 407 yards, and 5 touchdowns. You've seen him have a big year this year. But overall, this Bengals team, I know, has lost a couple straight. They are still flirting around with the playoffs and everything. And I think that there is just so much that needs to go on. There's just so much that needs to be said about the Bengals, because from a year ago to where they are now, their defense is much improved. You got Joe Burrow that's playing like a quarterback that is a veteran. Like, he should be here, and he's absolutely playing very, very well right now. And if the playoffs started today, the Bengals would just be just outside of the playoffs. Now they do have to find a way, if the Browns can, see if they can drop 1-2 so that they can leapfrog the Browns and the Ravens. But the Bengals are, I think, despite the fact that they have dropped a couple, it's such a dangerous team. Their defense is, like I said, is getting so much better, and their offense, I feel like it's got the weapons needed to be a top unit in the entire NFL. I think they could be one of the best offenses next year in the NFL. I really do, because I think at the end of the day, when you have this much talent, it becomes a question. We brought it up on the show so many times. Who are you going to guard? I think that's what it comes down to. Because at the end of the day, I feel like there is so much going on with the Bengals right now, whether it's like we touched on with Joe Burrow or Joe Mixon or T. Higgins or Jamar Chase or Tyler Boyd, CJ Uzamoa. I'm just going to say CJU from now on, because I get flack from Bengals fans because I never get it right. I'm sorry. I need to figure that out. But I will say, you've got 4 games against, 2 of which against division rivals in the Ravens and Browns. The Browns to close out the season. You've got a game against the Broncos coming up. That's a very winnable game against the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Browns. So this is the Alamo for the Bengals right now. They have to play like there is no tomorrow, because they are, again, removed from kind of a rough year in Joe Burrow, in which he went down and tore his ACL, to being a top team in the AFC, a dangerous team, especially offensively, and I think only a couple more defensive pieces away from being a tough team, like tough out. Like, everybody says, this team's a tough out. The Bengals are very close to being a tough out. Listen, they've got the offense. I think you just get Joe Burrow a little bit more better protection. probably replace Riley Reiff at right tackle. I don't know. I got nothing but love and respect for Riley Reiff. I mean, he was great for the Vikings, especially in his last year. And you know, I think the Bengals had to get him an offensive line, because once they get Joe Burrow an offensive line, this team is dangerous. They're absolutely dangerous, and they are ready to take over the AFC in a couple of years, I think. If not take over, at least give the Chiefs a run for their money, because offensively, I mean, stacking up the Bengals' weapons against the Chiefs' weapons would be really interesting, especially in a couple years, if Joe Burrow can get some protection and if the Bengals can add some defensive pieces, because watch out, the Bengals are a dangerous team. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below, leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome, and we love every single one of you. Check out our website at thesportsbriefpodcast.com. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so make sure you guys give us a like and a follow there. Give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the Bengals being a dangerous team.